My whole life has been a journey, certainly since I was in my 20s. As a 23-year-old, I graduated from a Bible college in Tennessee and had no idea where I was going. And then one night over dinner, my aunt said, well, if you don't know what you're doing, I've got a friend who works in Jerusalem and you could go there while you figure things out. You know, they need help. You could go for a year and volunteer, help teach some kids. And, while you sort out where you want to go full time. And I said, sure. So that was sort of, I guess, the first journey was I went out for a 1-year volunteer stint to Jerusalem. Well, that 1 year turned into 24. I didn't want to take my journey down God's path because I had things I wanted. You know, I wanted to get married, have a wife and kids. I wanted to further my education. I just had a bunch of things I wanted. And what was crazy is how God worked everything out once I surrendered to that. You know, over the course of the next few years after I said yes to that, started studying more, tacked on a master's degree, wanted to further my education, so God made that a part of my journey. Met a girl named Kelly who showed up at a Bible study one night, and I always joke and say, when a tall, beautiful blonde walks into a East Jerusalem Bible study, seize the moment, if you can. And so I did, took a couple of years to solve it all, but we got married and, then we had kids, and that's a journey, and about 10 years ago, things shifted and we went from working in Jerusalem and we moved sight unseen to Bethlehem. We just felt like God wanted us to be in Bethlehem. We had a few reasons for thinking that, but mostly we just were doing a little bit of side ministry there was being very effective. And we thought, well, let's go do that. And so we left a very secure position in Jerusalem, went to Bethlehem with no plan, really. We'll help and we'll do some sports ministry and some educational ministry and see how it goes. Well, that turned into a school of 700 kids over the course of 10 years. And God did crazy, amazing things there. And it was awesome and it was hard, and frankly, if you had asked me in February of this year, are you ever going to leave that, your baby? I'd have said, no way. There's no way I will leave. This is, I'm going to die here, was what I thought. And God had other plans. It's a long, crazy story, but it became very clear in prayer. It became clear in direction in our life. That a work we had started among refugee people in Jordan and were planning to expand into Greece, that instead of that being a side project that we found another leader for, that was actually going to become the thing. Tens of thousands of Muslim refugees are flooding into Greece, primarily into the islands, but then also into the mainland. And it is an opportunity like no other with the Muslims. And we just feel like the Lord says the harvest is more important than your comfort. And so it's exciting and terrifying, to be middle-aged, 47 years old, and to totally just erase the board and let's start over. But it's also exciting, and we're going to see where it goes. And we just keep praying. My wife and I, our prayer has been all along, Lord, please this is what you want from us. Make the second half more fruitful than the first. And we believe that. We believe that's going to happen. And so that's what we're doing. We're going to go to Greece, and we are already in the process of establishing, a couple of English language centers, which will double as places for congregations to meet and church plant. And we're going to take care of refugee kids that have no education whatsoever, try to get them functional so they can have a life in a Western economy, but also be sure they know Jesus along the way.